Alright, this will be our last episode focused on a single species for the 12 Turtle Days, 12 really awesome days of Christmas. The last two are going to be kind of just in general about turtles. But anyways, this is the last one focused on a species. And this is the Asian brown tortoise. There's also an Asian black tortoise. They say you can differentiate based on color, but really you can't. Color is not reliable. There's one way to reliably tell the two subspecies apart, and we'll get to that in a moment. But here is the Asian brown tortoise, or giant brown tortoise. And these are the largest tortoise species in Asia. And they can get very large. This is a young one. They can get much larger than this. And the very unique thing about this species is that this is considered to be the most ancient or primitive of all tortoise species, based on anatomy and also genetics and molecular work. So this is supposed to be kind of the basal group to all the other tortoise species in the world today. And they have some unique behaviors. They vocalize a lot when mating. Head bobbing, a lot of social interactions, which other species do, but tend not to be as much as this species. I was hoping this one would come out. This is a young one, captive bred, and they, like other species, are endangered, especially tortoises here. This species, a lot of tortoises like humid or dry areas, some like the humid, like the canixies. A lot of tortoises, larger ones, especially like the dry, arid habitat. These don't. They like tropical or temperate, humid rainforest, and they like cooler forest. They're found higher in elevation in the mountains, and they like the cool area. Not only that, but they like to soak a lot. A lot of the tortoises don't necessarily spend a lot of time in the water, but this species loves to soak in cool mountain streams. They're never found far from water in the wild. We don't know a lot about this species in the wild. The areas they live to are hard to get to. They've been exploited for food and medicine, and then deforestation. So we don't know a lot about this species in the wild. So captive breeding is important to keep this species safe until we can find good populations in the wild. Now, there's two different species, and I'll show you the difference. Once again, it's on the plastron, kind of like in canixies. All right, so we'll set this right here. And for Manouria emus, these pectoral scutes do not meet. See how there's this difference right here? They do not meet in the middle. Whereas Manouria emus ferri, they meet. These pectoral scutes come all the way to the center line here, and they meet up. And so that is the different species. Now this subspecies lives in Thailand, Malaysia, and down into Borneo, so into Indonesia. Whereas the other subspecies, is going to be the northern section. So Thailand, Myanmar, Indonesia, Bangladesh. Alright, well this is our last focal of the species. I wish it would come out some, but it's not going to come out. But you can see they have very good... Oh, one of the coolest things about this species, and it's the only species, you can see these big thorns right here, or spikes, spines, very sharp. One unique thing about this species that no other tortoise species does is that the females actually invest in their offspring, in the eggs. All the other turtle and tortoise species we know of, they lay their eggs and they move on. But this is another reason why they think it's primitive, is its behavior. The females, about a week before they lay eggs, will actually form a mound. And we can kind of see this one's done some a little bit over there in the corner. It's kind of got a mound. And it'll actually like to build up mounds, but they build mounds by using their front limbs. All other tortoise species dig a nest to lay their eggs, and they do it using their hind legs. Well, these build a mound. You see here it's kind of a mound. Now this is just fresh stuff we put in, but they use their front legs to gather leaves and ground and like dirt and debris and make a mound. And they'll lay their eggs in that mound, and they will stay and protect it until they hatch. And they'll chase off predators or try to deter predators from raiding their nests. And so that is a behavior that is unique and specific just to these Manouria, which are found in Asia. So this is a really cool species of tortoise, very ancient, very primitive, and they have a lot of unique behaviors and morphological features that make them so unique, and behavioral characteristics as well. So this is our last species. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry they didn't come out to look, but very cool species, and for behavior and just uniqueness of the species. All right, well, that's all for this episode. Hope you enjoyed watching.